Let's have a glass of milk. Nope. Just kidding. Don't do it. I'm gonna tell you some things about milk. I hope after this video you will not be able to drink this milk anymore, as to me it smells disgusting and honestly it's not worth drinking this. Hello everyone, it's seekingjess and I hope you're doing amazing. Thank you so much for watching one of my videos today. I'm super excited to film this one because it's very close to my heart. And yeah, let's just get into it. So in this video I would like to speak about 5 crazy facts you didn't know about milk. As most of you know, I am vegan, and I think one of the most shocking things that I have heard before I became vegan were just facts about milk that I wasn't aware of. A lot of vegetarians think that being vegetarian is of course great. You're already doing a lot for the animals without, consuming the animal flesh. But also milk is also not as good as probably most people or most vegetarians think. There's more to that. And I'm going to talk about 5 facts that might be even shocking for some of you guys. So the first fact is that milk contains a lot of pus. This is a thing that's very common among dairy cows. It's an infection that probably most dairy cows have. It's caused by a bacteria that releases toxins. Everyone knows that when you have an infection, it's not great, it's ugly, right? So it's basically a liquid that comes out together with the milk. So when you milk a cow in the dairy industry, a lot of pus comes with it as well, and it's almost impossible to take it out. And actually the US has the highest allowable pus concentration. In a glass of milk, you can have, for example, 300 million pus cells. And in the EU, it's allowed to have 400,000 pus cells in every milliliter of milk. The average number of pus cells presented in every milliliter of milk in the European Union is 200,000, which is basically the same as 1 million cells in every teaspoon of milk. And it's kind of scary and disgusting at the same time. I mean, honestly, before I became vegan, I heard about this a long time before, and I always kind of tried to avoid that. And there was a time where I also stopped drinking milk for a while because of that, because it was like, it's kind of disgusting thinking about that when you drink milk. The second fact is that cows only produce milk when they're pregnant. So just like any other mammal, cows produce milk for the babies, but for some reason we humans still think that we should be drinking the milk of another species. Cows are usually artificially impregnated, which means that a cow is artificially inseminated with semen, and the semen is actually mechanically drawn from a desired bull. So then of course a cow is pregnant for 9 months, and after giving birth to the calf is being taken away within 48 hours from the mother. It is a very dramatic and emotional experience for the cow because they still keep crying and looking after the baby for a very long time. And honestly, it's not a beautiful picture. If you've ever seen videos, it's really heartbreaking, and it's just like any other mom would look after their babies when they're being taken away from them. And actually male cows, because they cannot produce milk, they're immediately shot in the head after they are born and sold to the veal and beef industry. And actually they're seen as like a useless byproduct and just being, kind of thrown away. And female calves kind of get into the same situation as their mother, and actually they're getting into this cycle and they're getting pregnant every 9 months to, of course, produce milk and make babies, especially produce milk. And after 5 years, when the cow is already too weak, the cow is then, being killed and the meat is being sold. The cow is giving 28 liters of milk a day. It's actually 6 to 10 times more than she would naturally produce. And again, I said after 5 years, the cow is too weak to continue doing that. So the cow gets killed, while actually a cow can live up to 20 years. The third fact is that, as I already said, milk is not for us humans, but it's for their calves, for their babies. for a cow's baby. So when I was born, my mom's milk had a specific composition that was adapted to what I need as a baby. And it's the same for a cow. A cow produces milk for the calf with a composition that is good for the baby. And cow's milk is there to make the baby grow as quick as possible. A cow is supposed to triple their weight in a year to 300 to 400 kilograms. So the milk is full fat, hormones and a lot of protein, which are very perfect for the calf, but are very, very unhealthy for us humans. And actually, milk can be very harmful for us humans as well. Just one glass of milk or just even one bite of cheese has 35 different hormones. Especially that growth hormone that is supposed to be eaten or consumed by the cow, and we consume it ourselves, you know, it can really, really mess up with your own body and your own hormones. And then eventually it can also lead to different cancers. So I think, as you can see, it really makes no sense for us to consume that. And there are many, many people out there that have the experience that as soon as they ditched milk and they had, for example, a hormonal acne, their skin improved so much because, of course, they stopped consuming all of the hormones that are very harmful for their body. The fourth fact is that even though, yes, milk might be the #1 source of calcium, it is also the #1 source of saturated fat. In addition to that, you get cholesterol, lactose, antibiotics, pesticides, pus, as I already mentioned, and a lot of other different things that you actually don't want in your own body. In the UK, every 2 minutes there's someone that is having a heart attack or a stroke. So heart disease happens when the arteries get blocked and, you know, the blood can't flow through anymore. So the blood that is actually supposed to, you know, get to our heart can't go through. So the question is, how did the artery get plugged, or, you know, why can't blood go through anymore? And this is caused by plaque, as I already mentioned, and it's formed by cholesterol and other substances. And as I mentioned, milk is a great source of cholesterol. So if you consume a lot of fat that is in the milk products that you eat, your cholesterol can get high as well. And you have a high risk of, you know, becoming sick in some kind of way. And the fifth fact is that milk is actually not the #1 source for healthy bones. And I mean, I remember as a child myself, when I used to watch television in the morning, there were a lot of you know, advertisements on TV showing, you know, all the yogurt products, all of the milk products, advertising to even kids that milk is great, it makes your bones strong and you will grow quicker, and, you know, you need a lot of milk in order to be strong. But actually, that's not the case. So according to the World Health Organization, the people that drink the most milk have also the highest level of osteoporosis. It took me a while to read that out. And actually, if you don't know what it is a disease that thins and weakens the bones. So there is a huge correlation between the people that consume a lot of milk and have that kind of disease. So actually, it's not the calcium itself in the milk that, you know, leads to this disease, but it's also the fact that a lot of people, when they consume a lot of those milk products, there's a lot of protein and other things that are very, very harmful for the body. And I'm speaking about animal protein and not the other protein. So actually, this might outweigh the positive effect that the calcium would otherwise have on our body. So when you look at it overall, there are other great sources of calcium that we can take from plant products. So you can get healthy bones from many different other products if you eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, grains, beans, legumes. All of this stuff gets your body enough calcium, and there's no need to consume animal products to get the calcium from it. And of course, exercise is also great. So for me, this was a lot to digest in the beginning, and I honestly think that a lot of people need to know this. And I hope you enjoyed the very informative video. Let me know if you might disagree, and that's completely fine. I am here, you know, up to discuss certain things, and if you think otherwise, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm open to anything you have to tell me. And yeah, and if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. That would make me super happy, as I always say it that way. And yeah, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.